House of Cards is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
You're listening to House of Cards.
Today, the game is different.
Want to gamble? Gambling is a very serious business. Is that clear?
Welcome to House of Cards. Dave Weishaupt with you here, deep from the swamps of Jersey. We've got a great show coming up for you. Casinos are starting to open up all around the country, and especially in Las Vegas. What can visitors expect to find when they get there? That's going to be one of my questions that I'm going to ask our guest, Jonathan Jossel. Jonathan is the CEO of the Plaza Hotel Casino in downtown Las Vegas. We're going to hear all about their incredible property and find out all about their big reopening.
And then, this is Ashley Adams. We're going to be talking with a game inventor. His name is Harry Jackson. He is the founder of Relevance Gaming, LLC, and has just come out with a new gaming product, the game Casino Derby. So we're going to be talking to him, and we'll be right back.
Money matters. Money always matters. If you owe thousands in back taxes to the IRS, how much can Tax Solutions Now save you?
I paid less than I owe.
That's right, money matters. So call Tax Solutions Now and get the IRS off your back. Since 2014, Tax Solutions Now has been a leader in the tax resolution industry. That's why we say money matters. Remove wage garnishments, property liens, fines, and penalties. Qualify for the Fresh Start program or even uncollectible status. Money matters. How much can Tax Solutions Now save you?
I owed the IRS over $10,000. I paid a fraction of what I owed.
Call now to reduce or even eliminate your back taxes.
We were being audited. We couldn't sleep. We called Tax Solutions Now.
I called Tax Solutions Now and got the IRS off my back. Thanks. You saved us a ton of money.
Money matters. How much can Tax Solutions Now save you? Call now and find out.
Call 800-297-9788. 800-297-9788.
Psst. Yeah, you. Come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore.
Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here. Use offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
You're listening to House of Cards. Check out our website at houseofcardsradio.com.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weishaupt with you. House of Cards is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with Drizzly.com. Casinos around the country are reopening, and that includes many in Las Vegas. One casino that has reopened is the Plaza Hotel and Casino, one of the premier spots in downtown Vegas. We're going to hear all about their reopening and what they have to offer to customers, because on the line we have the CEO of the Plaza Hotel and Casino, Jonathan Jossel. Jonathan, thanks for joining us.
Great to be with you. Thank you for having me.
You know, for those around the country who aren't familiar with the Plaza Hotel and Casino, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, of course. We're located in downtown Las Vegas, which in my opinion is the best part of the city, of course. We are a 1,000-room hotel, and it was built in 1971. So next year is actually our 50-year anniversary.
Oh, wow.
But we did close down in 2011 for a remodel where we redid the entire property, all 1,000 rooms and all the amenities and pool deck and everything. And many people know us as Biff Tannen's Casino from the movie Back to the Future.
Okay.
We are the Plaza Hotel and Casino.
Tell us a little bit about your background in the gambling industry. How did you get to be the CEO of such an amazing Vegas property?
So I was part of a company called Tamara's, which is based out of the UK, and they invested in downtown Las Vegas in 2005. And in 2007, they needed somebody on the ground, so I came out here really with the idea of let's revitalize downtown Las Vegas, bring it back to the heyday that it was a part of back in the 70s and 80s. And then I ended up falling in love with the city and, just loved the plaza, loved downtown Las Vegas and what was happening here, and the opportunity was just wonderful. So grew in the business and ultimately got my gaming license in 2015, which is when I became the CEO. And it's been a great 5 years. You know, the plazas continue to grow, downtowns continue to grow, and then, of course, the last couple of months have been a little different, but up until then, it was a wonderful time to be down here.
Well, you mentioned it. I mean, this has to be one of the most interesting times in the gambling industry with the casinos shutting down around the country. I know a lot in the media the past couple of months have used the term shutting down a casino, but what exactly does that mean? What was the process like shutting down a casino?
Well, it is sort of, as you say, it's a shutdown. You turn off the lights, you turn off the machines, and you close the doors. The funny thing is everyone doesn't realize there's no locks on the doors. So you almost have to barricade the doors to keep it shut. It was a difficult 78 days. Never seen anything quite like it in my time here. Obviously, I've been in this. It'll be 13 years next month that I've lived here, and it was definitely one of the more challenging periods, having to close down. And we had people staying in the hotel. We had our team members. Some of the team members have worked here 30 years in this building. So it was a very difficult time, and we did take the opportunity to do some upkeep on the building. We remodeled the casino restrooms. We redid some hotel rooms. We did some remodel on the restaurant. So we try to make the most of the time. But obviously we're just thrilled to be back open and have a little bit of life back in the building and in the scene.
You touch upon my next question. It's a time for reopening for a lot of casinos, and you just recently reopened. Talk to me about the preparation that you had to go through in order to reopen the casino. What were those weeks like prior to allowing customers back on the property?
So there was a lot of discussion in the weeks leading up to it as to what exactly was going to be required to reopen, and who was going to be doing different safety measures. We obviously took it very seriously, as did everybody, and the guidelines from the Gaming Control Board sort of set forth a very good template for that. And then, a lot of the other casinos, we're a community here in Las Vegas, and a lot of the casinos were willing to share their information, what they were doing, their best practices. Some of the casinos had experience from other jurisdictions and countries of already dealing with some of this. So it was great to hear their insights and get their information. And then it was just a question of, implementing it and whether it's, more plexiglass, whether it's decals showing you how to do social distancing on the floor, mandatory mask requirements for our team members. We are taking everyone's temperature as they come into the building. So we're doing everything that was required of us and a little more. And, so far, it's been great. It's been 12 days, and the feedback has been, nowadays, if you get a good review, they say you have good social distancing measures in place. In the old days, that was never something you looked for, but we've gotten a lot of good feedback about our social distancing measures, and we're continuing to refine it and make sure that people take it seriously. So far, so good.
Okay, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. See you on the other side. Supercharge your productivity at home or work with the Life Hack Pack from More Labs. Use promo code Radio15 at morelabs.com to get 15% off your first purchase of the Life Hack Pack or any of their other great products. That's promo code Radio15 to take advantage of this great promo of 15% off your first purchase at morelabs.com. The Life Hack Pack from More Labs. Drink smart with morning recovery, sleep easy with Dream Well, and get more done with Liquid Focus. You can finally do it all with help from More Labs. We'll be right back with House of Cards.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-515-1558. 800-515-1558.
You're listening to House of Cards.
Where was the house? Where was the House of Cards?
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weishuttle with you here. House of Cards is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with Jonathan Jossel, the CEO of the Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. Yeah, that was my question. For customers coming back to the Plaza, what should they be expecting with regard to the reopening? For example, as you said, masks and social distancing. What should they expect when they walk through the door?
Well, I tell people you're not going to get the experience from before the pandemic because we can't do every slot machine is turned, every second slot machine has to be separated, whether it's no chair or turned off. At the pool deck, you can't have events, you can't use our showroom, we don't have live music. So there are things that we just aren't doing yet. But in terms of old classic Vegas experience, gambling, great customer service, good drinks, get out of your house, come down, have fun. That's what people want to do. They just want to get out and they want to experience a little bit of fun. They want to have the opportunity to gamble, to drink, to play bingo. And that's exactly what we're offering. So, I don't treat this as the idea that it's a grand reopening or a big celebration. Mm-hmm. We're thrilled to be open. We're thrilled to have our team members back here, but there's no need to cram everybody in here day one. It's, we're trying to, it's growing pains in a way, and let's walk before we can run and get people in the building, experiencing it and slowly build from there. So people that have been coming have been very understanding, obviously, of the new measures that we're undertaking. And they've also been very excited just to be back and see some life and get out of their houses as well, which is a nice change for them.
As you said, like people just want to get out of the house and just get outside in the, something different than their own four walls. What were the crowds like when you opened the doors? What were they like what you expected? Were they larger than expected? What was it like?
Yeah, it's been better than I expected. We weren't expecting much, obviously, just because, obviously we've been closed for 78 days, so we knew it was going to be a process to get people back in. We opened at 9 a.m. On June the 4th, and it was nice and steady. It grew throughout the day, and by the evening we had a decent crowd. Again, you got to remember we're running 50% occupancy on the slot floor, whether it's 3 chairs at a blackjack table, 4 chairs at a roulette table, every second slot machine turned off. So we're not by any means busy in terms of the crowds, but there's a nice steady flow of people. Our bingo game is busy, considering 50%. And overall, we're pleased with how it's gone, and it's surpassed our expectation in terms of what we thought was going to be here for the first 2 weeks, that's for sure. And encouragingly, we've seen good pickup for July and August.
I know a lot of casinos are opening up their gaming floor in phases. Some casinos are opening without certain table games or poker or things like that. What about the Plaza? Will certain games not be available to customers, or are you just opening everything up and just limiting the amount of people playing them?
So we didn't open everything right away. None of our carnival games have been open for the first 2 weeks, so we're opening Texas Hold'em this week. We didn't open our craps tables right away. Part of that was one of the restrictions was about cleaning dice and cleaning chips, and we wanted to see how that was going to go for some of the other operators. And now, having seen that others are doing it with a fair degree of ease, we're going to reopen our craps tables. So we're taking the approach of let's just ramp up into this. Our steakhouse is Oscar's Steakhouse is opening on Thursday, the 18th. Our diner Hash House just opened on Friday. So we're just taking our amenities and slowly but surely reintroducing them. So I hope that answers your question.
Actually, you just thought of my next question, because I was going to ask about your restaurants and your entertainment and the pool. When they're going to be open soon to the public?
So the pool is open now to hotel guests.
Okay.
In terms of public and events, whether it's the showroom, our comedy club, live music performances, that's really not our decision. That will come from the governor when we can. And just like I said, the governor's done a great job here in handling this process and this crisis. So we thank him. And whenever he says that things can reopen for those types of events and the venues, then we'll jump in.
I checked out your website, plazahotelcasino.com, and you have some incredible packages welcoming people back. And you have something called the Old School Fun Getaway Package, and it looks like a great deal. Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, we just wanted to create something with a little bit of value that people can feel like, yeah, it's a good deal to get out and get back to the Plaza. So we came up with a package to encourage people. And it's been well received so far. It's been a lot of reservations on it. And we're working on a few other fun promotions, again, to drive more visitation just to the city, to downtown, while considering that we don't want to be too busy in the early days. Mm-hmm. So we're just going slowly. But that offer particularly was something we worked on for a while to give people a reason to come to Vegas to get out of their houses.
I just got the press release, and I know the Plaza Hotel Casino is doing something great for the men and women who work in the construction area in the downtown Vegas. It's called the Hard Hat Specials, and I think it's great. I think it's great what you're doing for the community. What are the Hard Hat Specials?
Well, basically, there's a lot of construction going on in downtown Las Vegas right now. There's a new hotel casino being built. There's 800 residential units being built. There's a new courthouse being built. So we wanted to give all those contractors out here working 105 degree plus heat something to come in to redeem free beer, some gaming offers, some food offers, and give them something as well. Just to they've had to work out here for the last 3 months with nothing to do in the downtown area. So this is just something for them to be aware of.
You know, we talked off air, and I told you I'm sitting here in New Jersey. And as a guy sitting here in New Jersey, I'm intrigued by the one thing you have to offer your customers that I don't think anyone else does, and that's bingo. You're the only bingo room in downtown Vegas. And for some reason, bingo never really caught on in Jersey or Pennsylvania. Can you tell me about your bingo room?
Yeah, so you said it right. We're the only bingo room in the downtown area. In fact, there's not really many bingo rooms on the strip. It's more of a locals thing, but it's been really put some emphasis on. We do a daily bingo session, 6 daily bingo sessions every odd hour starting at 11 a.m. And it's something that differentiates us for sure, but it brings anywhere from 300 to 400 people a day into the building to play. And it's fun. People love it. It's got a stigma as being an older person's game, but actually a lot of younger people are gravitating towards it and want to try it out. And it's another fun thing to do when you're in Vegas and downtown. You can try out bingo, and we have the best bingo manager in the entire country, I would say. So our game's been very well received, and it's something we definitely put a lot of emphasis on.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more House of Cards.
Getting my kids ready and driving them to school.
But a careless driver can change your life in an instant, and insurance companies want to settle on the cheap. Auto Accident Help Desk connects victims with powerful lawyers. They fight for you.
I called Auto Accident Help Desk and got help for my pain and suffering.
Don't let an insurance company take advantage of you. Our attorneys fight and beat big insurance every day. If you've been injured in an automobile accident in the last 6 months, you owe it to yourself to make this free call with no obligation.
When I called, they asked me a few questions and matched me with a powerful lawyer who knew how to fight for me.
Call now. We're available 24/7 to help you get the money you deserve for your pain and suffering.
They got me way more than the insurance company offered.
Auto Accident Help Desk helps accident victims like you every day.
Call 800-613-4611. 800-613-4611. 800-613-4611.
Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from House of Cards with your House of Cards Gaming Report for the week of June 22nd, 2020. The New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement released the state's gambling numbers for the month of May, and the big story continues to be online gambling. Last month, the Garden State's online platforms brought in $85.9 million as Atlantic City's brick-and-mortar casinos remain closed. New Jersey's online sports betting platforms brought in $9.9 million in revenue. In Atlantic City, plans are being made to demolish the shuttered Trump Plaza Casino on the boardwalk. Icon Enterprises, the owner of the property, set a date for demolition as June of 2021, but the city wants it completed no later than February of next year. Trump Plaza was shut down in 2014 and has been empty ever since. And finally, if you want to look impressive in the poker world, Louis Vuitton has something for you. The company has released its Monogram Poker Case, which is a President Suitcase-style case with brass fittings and a leather interior. Inside there are cards, chips, dice, and 2 brass paperweights, and the whole thing will set you back about $24,000. I think I'll pass. Have any news or tips regarding casinos, gaming, or legislation? Send us an email at newsroom@houseofcardsradio.com and follow us on Twitter at HOC Radio.
You're listening to the House of Cards.
Nice. Not thrilling, but nice.
Welcome back to House of Cards. Dave Weishuttle with you here. For those of you just joining us, I am talking with Jonathan Jossel, the CEO of the Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. I definitely want to go out to Vegas pretty soon after this quarantine and the reopening starts happening everywhere and we can travel. And I'm definitely going to try out your bingo room because I'm intrigued by it because there's nothing like that around here on the East Coast. For the reopening, is there any safety procedures you have to know about for the bingo room?
It's much of the same as we have in the rest of the building. All our team members are wearing masks. We have social distancing decals to show you where to line up. We have plexiglass at the cashiers. And then we have every second machine is turned off so that there's 6 feet of separation between you and the next player. And to get into the room, you have to have your temperature taken as you come to the building anyway. So we feel like we've taken all the necessary steps there, but it's similar to the other areas. And I hope that you'll take the time to come out here, have a martini with me at Oscar's, and I'll take you up to play some bingo.
Oh, I'll definitely check it out. I mean, I got to ask you about the reopening. Have you been given any benchmarks by the state or by the Gaming Commission of how long these safety procedures have to last for, or have you been given any benchmarks that you have to reach? What's the status for casinos to fully reopen?
That is a great question, and no, I don't know the answer to that. If I knew that, that would be obviously very helpful. But I think it's more of as the governor said yesterday on the news, it's sort of dictated by the virus and what happens next. We don't get to make those decisions. We are doing whatever we're permitted to do at this point, and we'll wait to hear from the governor and the Gaming Control Board as we can do more.
I talked to a lot of people in Atlantic City and the Pennsylvania gaming community, and without fail, they all told me that they're waiting to see how the reopening goes, especially in Las Vegas. Now, if a CEO from Atlantic City or Eastern Pennsylvania casino calls you up and asks you, Jonathan, I'm opening up next week. Do you have any advice for me? What can I expect from the reopening, and how should I handle my reopening? What would you tell him?
Yeah, I would say go slow. Take every safety precaution you can. Don't jump into it as if it's a New Year's Eve reopening celebration type of event, but build up to it, build up to the business levels as you see it happening. And, be aware that people want to get out of their houses and still have some fun, and make sure that they can do that when they come in. Don't take all the fun out of it, but certainly take your time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So you got time to build back to where you were. And people are extremely understanding that we've all been through a tough time, and they're just happy to get out and see your smiling face and your property again.
Now, for people who want to learn more about the Plaza and plan their trip to Vegas, do you have a website you can send them to so they can check out the property and maybe book a stay at the Plaza?
Yeah, of course, the Plaza Hotel Casino website that you mentioned before. We also have a very engaging social media at Plaza Las Vegas on Twitter and Instagram. And then myself, I'm on Twitter, often dealing directly with customers myself at Jonathan Jossel. And we even have our own podcast. We have a Plaza Hotel and Casino podcast that you can find on the website as well.
I heard it. It's really good. I mean, it's a great way to keep up to date what's going on at the Plaza.
It sure is, yeah. And we take questions. We have different guests discussing downtown Las Vegas, just Las Vegas in general, sports betting, all sorts of things. So, yeah, I appreciate you listening to it.
Jonathan Jossel, CEO of the Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. Thanks for coming on and telling us about this great property. I got to tell you, I can't wait to visit and get out there when and maybe play some bingo. Who knows? But thanks for coming on.
I look forward to it. Please let me know.
Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks for coming on and telling us all about the Plaza.
Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more House of Cards.
You're listening to House of Cards.
You are more in need of a night in Atlantic City than any man I've ever met. I'd say sit down at a table, go for dinner, see a show, take a walk on the boardwalk and smell the salt air. But if you're anything like me, nothing after sit down at a table is going to happen.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ashley Adams. You're here with House of Cards. We're very fortunate to be joined by somebody who has done something quite remarkable. He is, first of all, the founder of Relevance Gaming, and he is the inventor of a new casino game called Casino Derby. We are here with Harry Jackson. Harry, are you there?
Yes, sir, and it is a pleasure to be on board, sir. You don't know how long I've waited for this moment. 4 years. 4 years, so thank you so very much, Ashley.
Well, I'm very glad that you can join us. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your history? You said for 4 years. What have you been doing? And tell us about your company and your product.
Well, right off the bat, my story is actually kind of sad, but that's all right. I have that story on LinkedIn. If anybody is on that, you can just go to Harry Jackson and just read the story. But I waited 4 years only because it took that long to actually find the right investor to get behind this and get this out there. I've missed every G2E possible. That's not a great adventure to go through. But I've also looked at the industry and said, what's really missing? How can we change the atmosphere of the casino floor? So that's really what got me involved with coming up with not only one game. I have about 5 other games in the waiting, but this is the baby. This is the first one. So that's what got me started with Casino Derby.
Well, let's talk about Casino Derby, but even before we do, I want to make sure that, I know what you mean when you say change the atmosphere, but tell our listeners what you observed and what you wanted to change and why.
Well, when I got on this venture, what I did is I went and visited as many casinos that were local, to my area as possible. I started out playing slot machines more than anything because that's how I was trying to grow my money before I hit the tables. And I'm
trying to grow
playing,
your money playing slot machines.
Poker also. Excuse me?
You were trying to grow your money playing slot machines.
Yeah, when I go to the casino with my wife every once in a while, I go straight to the slot machines. That's just penny machines. That's just what I do. And I try to get my money up. So if I can build it up, then I hit the tables. So that's usually how that works for me.
See.
But what I started doing was I was asking questions at the casino tables to the dealers, to the pit bosses, even to some of the players. I said, this is a great game, but what do you think would be an exciting game? And, you get people talking, and all of a sudden you start seeing that they come to play, but there's also things that we can improve on as developers. So before I came up with Casino Derby, I asked all the questions, and those questions led me to the design of Casino Derby.
Okay. So without getting too technical, because it's hard to follow game rules when you're listening or even when you're reading. So without getting too technical, tell us about Casino Derby and how it's really playing 2 games at the same time.
Well, I want you to imagine being able to win and have as much fun as you've never had before. With Casino Derby, you actually can only pick one side when you're playing by yourself. If you come in with a partner or wife, a husband, a group of friends, then that's when you can split up. So you can bet the horses, or you can bet what's called the total sum bet, which is just like roulette, except for we got rid of the wheel, and it's where the 3 balls land, wherever their total is, that's the total sum bet. So there's 2 different ways to play Casino Derby.
So there are balls. Do they go around in a circle like on a roulette wheel, or do they pop out like dice, or how does that work?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. It's a 9-foot tall drop board. It's almost like a Plinko style board. I don't know if you remember the old Price is Right show that had the one chip down. Well, we have 3 balls dropping down at the same time, and they're colored differently. One is colored green for win. There's yellow for place, and then black for show when you're playing the horses. But those 3 balls drop down at the same time, and wherever they land, if you add those 3 spots up, it equals the total sum bet.
Oh, that's
or
cool.
The roulette style bet.
That's really cool. So you can bet on which ball will finish first, second, or third, or you could bet on the total number that the numbers that they land in add up to.
Yes, sir. In fact, I had to create what I call the flip and bet. That's just for you being able to place your bet quickly for the horse bets. So if you wanted to even play a trifecta, an exacta, there's box 2, which means the first 2 have to come, it doesn't matter what order, but they have to come in. Box 3, there's a split bet, so we can talk a little more about that. And then, of course, there's a normal horse betting. But I wanted it so that it was so quick and simple for someone to place what type of bet they wanted so that the dealer automatically knows what you're looking for. You put your bet out and you wait. You step back and take a look up and watch these balls fall.
Okay, so 2 questions. First, how long does it take from the beginning of the bet when the balls start to drop to the end when the numbers are tallied? And how much money can you win on a $5 bet?
So it takes about 6 seconds for the balls to drop once they're released. When it comes to making money, right now GLIs, they've been hard at work at this game because there's so much variance. And I think that was another crucial part of a table game, is that it had to give the players the ability to have so many different ways to win. So when you're betting on the horses, let's just say a normal bet, it was say if you picked a horse to win, a horse to place, and a horse to show. I believe it's 13-1 for the win position. It's I think 6-1 for the second place or show position, and then the place position, and then 3-1 for the show if you were just betting the normal bet. But then it gets ridiculous after that. For example, if you hit a trifecta, right now they're working on it, so don't quote me on this. They're almost done. They should be done in the next 3 weeks here. But it can get anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 to 1 on the odds of the trifecta hitting. Like it's amazing.
So just like the racetrack, where you can make a lot of money for a little bet for the exotic bets, you also have that feature in your games, and you're still tinkering with the payout because you don't want it to be either a losing game for the house or where you win so much that players get discouraged. I understand that.
Exactly, and you got to understand it's hard to bring that outdoor racetrack, which is anonymous with a lot of casinos, into the casino floor.
Yes.
So our game is the new elephant in the room. It's one of the biggest casino tables ever, and I wasn't designing it that way, but I wanted it to do the work of 3 to 4 to even 5 casino tables at the same time. You can get up to 40 players at our table.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. Listeners, we're going to cut away. We'll be back after a quick break.
Yeah, you, come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore.
Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here. Use offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
We like to think that we live in a nice, safe neighborhood. The truth is that a burglary occurs every 13 seconds, and homes without a security system have a 300% greater chance of getting broken into. How many homes in your neighborhood were robbed yesterday? You need to start protecting your home and family today. Call now to get state-of-the-art protection. To keep your family and property safe, call the number on your screen now. Representatives are standing by to assist you.
You're listening to the House of Cards.
Okay, let's play some damn cards.
Hi, everyone. This is Ashley Adams, your host of House of Cards. Welcome back. Listeners, for those of you that just tuned in, we're speaking to Harry Jackson. Harry is the founder of Relevance Gaming, LLC, and also the inventor of a new game that we've been talking about called Casino Derby. I really like this. I'll tell you what appeals to me the most, Harry, as a fan of gambling games. I like the idea of people cheering or rooting for their number as the balls drop. So it's not an instantaneous reveal like a slot machine. It's not something where you get to see it coming in a way. You can see the ball going towards and away from your slot. I think there's a big chance for people really, as you put it, having fun with this instead of just staring at a slot machine screen and just kind of being mesmerized by it and putting in their money and getting the results but not getting committed to anything specific, to here where you get some emotion involved. I like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'll tell you what, actually, to be honest, like I said, it took me about 3 or 4 years to make sure I was right with not only this particular game, but some of the other games I was working on before I was ready to get out there. And what I noticed is that, you in life, you only get one shot to be right. That's the only way. You don't get paid to be wrong. So what I wanted to look at was what would get someone excited. Well, I wanted it that when they were playing this game, people at slot machines and other tables would look over and say, oh, my goodness, what's going on over there? So they had to come check it out. And when you get that atmosphere, that's the traffic magnet that needs to have, any casino floor needs to have nowadays because, everything has changed with the world. But the casino is one place that, people know they can always go run to and get an escape. And to show up and see this particular game in action, I mean, even our dealers have an opportunity to have a microphone and entertain the crowd as they're playing. So it's all about the excitement, the adrenaline, and the one thing that makes everybody excited about driving home and telling those stories of what they've, what they accomplished, what they lost, what they won. Those stories are just more incredible now with this particular game. That was the goal.
Well, I think that you've accomplished that. My question now is, what's next? You started this company. You invented this game. Where are you in the process? Do you have any casinos that have said you can try it out here? Do you have any leads? Where are things going?
Yes, sir. Well, first off, our website right now is being remodeled right now. It's relevancegaming.com. I've had it for a year. We are actually working with Tioga Downs Casino in Nichols, New York. Resorts World out in Catskills. I'm hoping they take me to lunch and we can sit and talk and get this done. But I'm really focusing on our distributor that we had, which is Midwest Gaming Supply. So they handle Indiana, Illinois, and Iowa. So those will be actually the 3 states that first will feature the game. I'm also working with Golden Nugget Casino online because, as I mentioned before, these balls drop live. And live play casinos are really doing well now. So they wanted a new game to come along and kind of take over. And so online, you're able to bet both ways. You can bet the horses and bet the total sum. And then you actually watch the screen, and these 3 balls drop live every single time for every deal.
Give us a sense of a timetable, when you expect the next few steps to unfurl, and then when you think we should be able to see Casino Derby on a casino floor somewhere near us.
Yes, sir. So we should be ready to go in 3 weeks here. Hopefully by the 4th week, we will have a casino waiting. I'll keep posting to my YouTube page. RelevanceGaming.com should be back up and running and ready to go. So we'll definitely keep the world informed. In fact, I'm going to be shooting a video with about 50 players from Windsor, New York, that we're just letting come in where they don't even know me. But we're giving them an opportunity to come and play this game and get a video report on each one of their reactions, the group, the crowd, everything, and post that to the public and let them know that's coming down the pipeline and be ready, hopefully, like I said, by early February. But at the same time, I'm going to shoot another video strictly for the casino executives and giving them the inside scoop of what to expect with this game, because we're putting it out there that our goal is to create traffic for them, something that hasn't been done with a game in a long time. There's some great games out there, but we wanted to create that one game that brought people in and brought them together. So that's really what Casino Derby is all about.
Well, that's great, Harry. I've enjoyed hearing about the genesis of the game and how you've been developing it. I hope you are successful with it and that you can come on and talk about Casino Derby as the next blackjack.
Yes, sir. In fact, I'd love to come back soon and do something that I haven't done before, but I'll actually be willing to get on and sing Luck Be a Lady by Frank Sinatra for you. If you ever go to YouTube, just look for Harry Jackson, the black guy with the sunglasses, and you'll see me singing another song in a competition a couple years ago. But I'd love to come back and sing that song as a successful thing for all of us.
Well, we'll have to see what you actually do when you come back, but let's hope that you are successful and that you have something to talk about in the gaming world. Harry Jackson, founder of Relevance Gaming, inventor of Casino Derby. If you're interested in more information, go to relevancegaming.com. Harry, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so very much, Ashley. I appreciate it.
Okay, take care. That'll do it for House of Cards. Come back next week. Until then, good luck and good day.